Yep.
Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone podcast. It's season 2, episode 9. And today, we're going to be talking about, well, today, as of recording, the news came out with the Super League on the return. Super League 2.0 before Super League 1.0 even started. My name is Julian Gennady, and with me is Alejandro. Alejandro, what's up, dude?
Good. My voice is back, so
I know
that's
I've
good
been
news.
watching recently, and you were sick.
Yeah, it's back. Oh,
Um,
almost back. So that's positive news.
yeah, now you just sound like you're tired. So that's all.
Yeah, I didn't sleep for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I was just awake day and night, fever. So yeah, um, but the voice is back. We won 3-0. So good week
Yeah.
this far.
It's a good start to the month of February. 2-0. No
Oh yeah.
goals against. I've seen this before. I've seen this happen before. I've seen this trend this way. Um, and it is what we would call a light schedule upcoming for Juventus. But like I said, we're not going. We might do an outlook on the rest of the month later, but we want to touch on and make the main point of this podcast about the European Super League 2.0 because now it makes more sense. I don't want to say it makes more sense because the first time went
Okay.
around, I don't think a lot of people understood what was going on. Like if you read what was going on the first time, it made sense, but it sounded elitist. If that makes sense to you.
I think yeah, I think people had, and with people, I mean a certain group of people, and that's it.
Hey,
And
just call them out. Premier
yeah,
League fans, English fans,
yeah,
people who
yeah.
support the
Because I was
Premier
watching
League.
a
Yeah,
podcast today, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was trying to pull them out
yeah.
of my scream, and you know, give them a
Just try and
slap
talk to them.
because
Yeah,
they don't listen. Like they don't listen. They got absolutely brainwashed by Sky and all those. Like that's what it is.
yep.
Like they were still saying, "Oh, but are we playing in the domestic league?" Yes, always. That was also in the first
Never in
draft.
question.
It
Never in
was
question.
never in question, and they got absolutely brainwashed. And they don't care. Like they don't read into things. It's just
Yeah,
super like, oh wow, and they panic. So that was the first thing, and then they were talking about, oh, but you don't change the Champions League. I'm like, hold on, the Champions League used to be for
the
champions,
European Cup, and it used to
only
be called the
champions.
European Cup.
Only the champions played in there.
Yeah,
And now I hear those fans saying, "Oh, but this is for the money." What do you think the Champions League was for? You
yeah.
you think it was for just for the fun, for good vibes? It was for money. And what do you think the new format of the Champions League is going to be? Money.
More
It's
money.
all
Yeah,
about money. Like you can spin it whatever you want. It's all about money. Like football is gone. Like just for the
yeah.
fans, it's completely gone. Like it's not coming back unless something completely collapses, but that's not gonna happen. It's completely gone. Like the game's completely gone. Everything is about money. The new
Of course.
Champions League in 1990, I think it was introduced. I'm not sure. Something like
Yeah,
that.
sometime around then, early '90s.
The new format, it's all about money. More games, more teams. It's all about money. So
Yep.
hearing them say, "Oh, don't change what has been in place," everything changed. The Premier League didn't exist up till '93 or whatever. It
Yeah.
didn't exist. Like all these things change, and they will. The Conference League didn't exist up to 2 years ago.
Yep.
Like everybody accepted it,
Yep.
but
For more money.
when this comes out, it's like, oh my god! And the first thing, oh, but what about domestic league? You're playing in the domestic league, idiot. You're still
Yeah.
playing in the Champions League and the domestic league now. Like it's just a different competition, more games, but the main point is the clubs want just main control. They want because
They don't want
again,
UEFA taking the money away from them. More
yeah,
money
without
away from
them,
them.
like the owner's taking the risk, and yes, an owner wants to make money. Like I'm sorry if I invest 2 billion in a team, I need some sort of how do you want to say that gain out of it.
A better cut.
Yeah, like you need like let's be completely honest. Like nobody is buying a business if you're a billionaire, if you're a normal guy to just have fun and throw money at it and then be like, "Oh, I lost money." Who cares?
Do you want to know the biggest irony about this is? Well, not the biggest irony, but like Chelsea fans will say,
Oh, I
"Oh my
saw that.
goodness, oh my goodness, woe is me. The Super League is not needed." But going back to the whole point of it, you don't think Todd Bowley wants more money?
He will jump on it the first moment he can.
There's a reason why the Premier League team said yes to it
And there's a
originally.
reason why it's getting now controlled by the government, because the government is
Yes,
scared.
yes.
It's
There's
scared.
reasons why this happened. There's reasons why Juventus management all left because something's happening. There's reasons why all the clubs
Yeah.
originally signed up for it because something's happening. These people aren't stupid. Like they're
Yeah,
not
they
stupid.
know.
I'm sorry. They know
I
what they're
saw
doing. Like
I saw today, like the UEFA takes over total revenue 60%, and they just keep them for
that
themselves. No, like
that's
the clubs are
crazy.
pissed because they are investing. They get they get FFP rules and all those things, and
Yeah.
the money is not coming in. Like the biggest share of the money is going, I don't know where, bribes, maybe bribes and all those stuff, weird things. I don't know, like it's
PSG.
gone. And I think I think most of the clubs are now. It's enough, you know. You guys make all the rules, you punish, you make
Yeah.
threats and all those things. But we are taking the biggest risks here. We are putting money on the table. You guys are doing absolutely nothing. That's
Yep.
what you're doing. You know, the only thing you're doing is opposing and, you know, saying, oh, if you play in the Super League, you're done for the country and all those things. That's kind of blackmailish.
That's petty.
Like, yeah, it is. It is.
The La Liga was commissioner, I don't know what to call it, president,
He is. Tebas.
Tebas
Yeah.
said apparently today, as soon as the Super League News 2.0 came out, that Barcelona Real Madrid no longer have votes for TV rights distribution in the league.
That's not even illegal. That's not even legal. Like,
Yeah, I know. Like they registered
because
for your
how?
league, you accepted it, so it's happening. Like you can't kick them out.
Yeah, how are you gonna broadcast their games without those teams agreeing with it? Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
And why
Like,
would
you're
those
selling
18
the
other
image
teams,
without those clubs having a say. Like, that's never gonna stand.
those 18 teams make their most money when they play against Real Madrid and Barcelona as well?
I think that's the main point. That's that's it. Because again, a lot of the money the clubs bring in, because the clubs bring the money in, not the UEFA. The UEFA does absolutely
Yeah.
nothing. They do nothing. They
They
do
don't.
absolutely
They
nothing.
organize a shit league. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they do. They organize stuff. They get paid a lot of money for it, and they are bullies. Like they're being bullies. That's what
They
they are.
monopolize an area of sport, and now that A22 Rijkaard is coming in, supporting Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and whoever the unnamed other clubs are in it still. There's another company that's I don't know. Are they a company? I don't even know. A22. What are they?
Nah, I don't think they're really a
A22 Sports
company.
Management. Whatever. They're their own sport body. That'll run their own league. European League. The European Super League.
Yeah.
So they're going head to head with UEFA, and the people supporting and funding this A22 Super League, it's JP Morgan. Those guys are rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's putting it
they're
nicely.
stupid rich.
Don't like now. They just need to wait on the ruling. Like the first ruling wasn't very positive. It wasn't a ruling. It was more advice or whatever you want to call it. But I think them coming out with all these things now, I think they kind of have a grasp of where this is going now.
Yep.
I believe also Chelsea kind of burning money, and I believe all of those English clubs will jump into it the moment they can. But like Chelsea spending a lot of this money now. I think they thought this is the moment now, you know, because they
Yeah.
outspent
Bring it to light.
the other 4 leagues in total, and I think they are like, this is the moment, you know, to put it out there now. I
Yep.
saw Chelsea fans crying, which is absolutely hilarious.
Yep.
It makes absolutely no sense, and then they come with the fact of, oh, then you need to get rich owners and all those things and blah blah blah. That's not really the issue.
No.
Like that's
it's
not really that's not really the issue. And I think a lot of those clubs, Juve, I think they just want to, you know, tell their own league, screw you guys,
Yeah.
basically. Like screw you guys. We're gonna bringing the big cash, and probably a few other Italian clubs, but whatever. But we are still a big club, revenue and all those things. We are backed, rich owners, all those things. Screw you guys. Like,
speaking about revenue, though, revenue for financial fair play based under UEFA rules is crazy. So that's why if you go into this new Super League, you won't have financial fair play. Let's say you'll have free reign on the market.
It will be explained.
It will be capped, but it's not going to be like based on your revenue times whatever. Like where Manchester United have monopolized their market because they have so many fans around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it. So there's 10 principles for the Super League, this new proposed Super League. And again, the first time it was brought out, nobody really understood. Nobody took the time to read it. This time, they brought out their principles right away when announcing this again. And people actually took the time to read it this time. Some more people, I'm saying more people in general. And they're starting to get on board. Like the first time, there were so many people saying no right away. But now people are getting on board.
Because I think because of the Chelsea thing, I think a lot of people are now, this is going way too far.
You don't think Man City wants to jump in right away? Like to screw UEFA?
Actually, I think all of those English teams will jump in. They will.
I know. I'm just saying Man City in general right now. They're like saying, "What the? Yeah, let's run it."
The biggest problem the last time were the English fans, basically, and kind of weak clubs, because you made a decision and then they folded, because of fans who would have accepted it if you just went through it. They will accept it at the end of the day. They would. But I think that's the biggest stumbling block still, like those English clubs. And now that they probably get, controlled, policed, it's going to be even more difficult.
Yep.
That's the biggest issue.
Okay, let's get into it. Basically, I'm going to read the principle. I'm going to read the explanation, and then we're going to talk about each point, and we'll talk about it and go on. So first, point number one, or principle number one, is broad-based and meritocratic competitions. So basically, this means it's not elitist anymore. It's not just the 12 teams that signed up originally plus 8 invitees or whatever. So a European Football League should be an open multi-divisional competition with 60 to 80 teams, allowing for a sustainable distribution of revenues across the pyramid. Participation should be based on annual sporting merit, and there should be no permanent members. Open qualification based on domestic performance would grant rising clubs access to the competition while maintaining competitive dynamics at domestic level. Essentially, what is going on now.
Yeah,
same idea.
I must say it's still very vague,
Yes.
So this can mean a lot of things, like 60 to 80 teams without like open competition, no fixed place. It still can be, in my opinion. What if they say the first time those teams, the founders are in, and let's say in Group A, like the Nations League. Let's say there are different groups, but you need to go down completely to the last group, and then you can fall out. If you know what I mean, like the last, I don't know how many teams fall out, and new teams can come in every year.
So
if
you're
it's something
talking about,
like that,
for example, Pot A, Juventus is in, and then they do shit, and then they go to B, and then C, and then D. Do they fall out? Is that what you're saying?
When you're in D, let's say when you're in D or something, or maybe some sort of system that makes it still very difficult to fall out, if you know what I mean. And
I'm sure they will do that, but that makes sense still. Why not?
Yeah. But I think I think they're very smart. It could be, because I think, I don't think they're going to revamp it every year, because later on you will read a point where they say, people want to see the biggest team play each other every single year. That was like, oh, okay. If you don't make it into the thing, that you're not going to see it. They're assuming they're going to make it in then, but again, 14 games. I saw people, that's way too much. The new Champions League format is 8 or 10, I guess. One of the two. At least. It's going in the same direction. Like, it's going into the same direction. So I don't know how it is. Like they're very vague with it, you know, because 60 to 80 sounds already a bit fake. Like,
Depends how many teams they get on board, I assume.
probably. But that's as well a big issue because again, now the Madrid court said that UEFA and FIFA cannot say if you play in that league you cannot play with your country because that's not
Yeah.
allowed, you know. And I think if the Super League goes through and clubs can win, I think federations will be like, hold on, UEFA and FIFA, like these players they need to play or your product is gonna be crap, you know.
Yep.
And that's bullying. That's bullying again. But it's very vague. Like I don't know how to see it. Maybe it's gonna be like you think possibly. They all get split in different groups, and then each top 4 or whatever make it out of it, you know, and play the final
Yeah.
rounds or something like that.
I think
That makes more sense.
I was seeing mock-ups, and it was like a 15 team division. So let's say there's 60. Let's hypothetical here.
Okay,
60 teams, 4 groups of 15. That's where you get your 14 games. No home and away, just one game against everybody, right? Then you get seeded into the knockout round or playoffs, whatever you want to call it, because they want to Americanize it, right? That's why they're doing this, because they want a playoff style. Okay, I get it, whatever, but that it will work that way. If you are like, let's say, team 13, 14, 15, you get relegated. And then B, if you win the playoff or you come second and third or whatever, you come up, right? Relegation in the Super League. And it's based on that. And if you're like Group D and you're the bottom 4 teams, let's say, if based on merit, 4 teams that are not in the Super League can come in. That's where the elitism, I would say, goes away.
Okay.
I know it's crazy. Like I don't know.
I think
don't
it's
know what's
very.
happening.
That will be
Yeah.
very hard to sell if it's only 4 new teams each year. It's gonna be very
Why?
hard to sell because the way they presented it now, it feels like, hey, it's every year open season basically. You know, and again, it's very difficult because if this happens, the Champions League is gone forever. Like it
100%.
cannot work alongside each other. Like it just can't. Like that's never gonna be the case. That's why I still think it's very unlikely in the near future because the UEFA is not gonna stop existing because you still have the Euros and all that stuff. But like the Champions League cannot exist anymore if all those clubs, like if you can qualify with domestic like what do you need to do as a club? Oh no, I'll qualify but I'll choose the Champions League, like or I'll choose the Super League, you know. Like it's a very long way to go still because one thing will disappear completely basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it seems very hard to imagine, right? Like it's very hard to imagine that to happen.
You need pretty much 90% commitment from the big teams. Like let's exclude Bayern Munich and PSG, whatever. But if the original 12 teams that said yes to it are back in it, it'll go faster, in my opinion. Like the transition will happen faster.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Do you want to go to point 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so domestic tournaments, the foundation of football. Participating clubs should remain fully committed to the domestic tournaments as they are today. So no changes there. At the same time, the critical need to strengthen and make more competitive domestic tournaments across the continent must be addressed. European competitions should play a pivotal role in helping to achieve this goal by generating and allocating additional resources throughout the system.
Yeah, just stating the obvious. Like you're still playing in your own league. Like that was
Yeah.
that was always the case. Like only a certain group of people got brainwashed
Yeah.
or didn't read. I'll put it.
If I see another Premier League fan just say that, I'm gonna say go to Principle 2 of the of the Super League. Just go read it.
Yeah, but they don't read. They just turn on Sky Sport and then go into the stadium complaining about Sky Sports taking over. Like that's them. That's them as well. I saw someone saying, "Oh, I will support it if it goes back to being free on TV like it used to be." I'm like, because the Champions League is free now, or what?
I know, you
Like,
just
what
have
am
to
I
pay for
missing?
it. Yeah.
Like,
You have to pay for
so
everything, dude. Like,
okay, so he wants it to be free. It's not free, so it goes back to pay.
yeah.
You're gonna pay either way. Like nothing is free. Like people are like it's not coming back. Like not like
No.
football is going into a completely different direction. It's never gonna come back.
It's a
Never.
billion-dollar industry.
Unless you go to the second division and watch football, third division, then you will have your old style football. It is what it is. Then you need to do that. Otherwise, like they're saying, it's not the same anymore. What about the Premier League? You know, like
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know, I mean I get it because I saw someone saying, "Oh, we are the Super League. Like we are funding other clubs." So I get their viewpoint of we don't need this, but again, the owners do. Like,
Yeah.
they do. Because if they hear, hold on, yes, the Premier League is good, but if you can get that money over there, then yeah, I want a piece of that.
100%.
I want a
100%.
piece of that.
Todd Bowley is not an idiot. He's the
Like,
furthest. Like everyone probably thinks he's a dope, but he is the furthest thing from a dope. He might look
he
like
knows
one
what
with
he's-
jeans and a freaking a sport jacket going into a meeting. That's him. He's not
if
dumb
you're
though.
rich, you're not stupid unless you want the money.
Exactly. Yes.
But if you're rich, excuse me, and I'm not saying it's all done correctly, but even then, you're not stupid. Like you need to get away with it.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
they're not no idiots, and I know everybody wants a sugar daddy. And when people say, "Oh, look at the PSG owners and the Man City owners, it's just wasting money," they were doing it for different reasons. I don't want to discuss on this channel.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
they're not footballing reasons, but they're in these clubs for other reasons. It's as simple as that. If you want to believe it, yes or no. If you want to disagree, okay, fine. But it's out there. Like they're here for different reasons. You know, other than football.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying bad reasons or whatever. Like that's whatever, because probably a lot of European people are in different countries for bad reasons. Like it is what it is.
Yep.
That's what's happening. They're not just here to spend money. Yeah, they're spending money because they need to keep the people at bay, you know, and they need to please the fans and whatever.
For sure.
But the bigger picture is completely football related. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But whatever.
Money makes the world go round. Principle 3. Improve competitiveness with stable and sustainable resources. Hey, look at that. Money makes the world go round. Improving the competitiveness of European clubs requires additional financial resources to be shared across the pyramid and strictly enforced financial sustainability rules. Clubs also need greater stability and predictability in annual revenues so they can make sensible long-term commitments to player and infrastructure expenditures. Substantial improvements in the format and attractiveness of the current European competitions would generate additional resources. Stability and predictability in revenues would be dramatically improved by offering clubs a minimum of 14 games guaranteed each season.
That's
Americanized.
yeah. That's what
This
what
is-
Barcelona did. Like they banged the ropes on making it out of the group. Juve do it every season. If it
Yep.
doesn't work, you're screwed. Now you can bank it on we have
14
14
games.
We have
Yep.
so much money coming in plus stadium
Yep.
revenue that varies. But
You know what
in a
you're
few
getting.
years, you know what you're getting. You know what you can, and it sounds more sustainable than. Hopefully we have 6-7 games. Hopefully we can do it. It's more. It sounds more. And again, Champions League, UEFA, doing the same things in 2 years.
Yep.
Doing the absolute same thing, only it's crappier, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
it sounds much crappier for UEFA. But because keep this in mind, because people forget this, the next Champions League format, more Premier League teams can come in the Champions
Yep.
League without
more
finishing in the top 4, but
Yep.
based on prestige historical rankings. That's what the UEFA is doing, and people are saying, "Oh, you need to earn it," with finishing the league. No, UEFA said, we can have 2-3 teams, I think, into the Champions League. They can finish 18th.
Yep.
But if your ranking in history, like your historical ranking is good, you're in the Champions League. How is
Yep.
that? How is that good? You know,
For
and
example,
people forget
Chelsea
about it.
or Liverpool are 10th. They would make the Champions League.
We,
Yeah. Well,
we,
yeah.
yeah, we would,
Technically, we're
we would
third.
make it.
Technically, we're third.
Yeah, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But like,
Yeah. But like Liverpool are shit this year. They're 10th. They would make it.
but that's my point. They're saying, oh, but like they're not fair in the Super League. That's what you, and they will.
Yeah.
Again, the same fans will close an eye and be like, "Oh man, we're just a great country, great league." Like they're hypocrites. They're
Yeah.
absolutely hypocrites. Because no, if you want merit, okay, finish in the top 4. If not, bad luck.
Join the Super League.
You being good, you being good in Europe for the last 30 years shouldn't be a point then, right?
for tomorrow or for next year. It
Yeah,
shouldn't
for
matter.
next year. Because UEFA is doing that. That's not what the Super League is doing.
Yep.
As of now, we don't know. But
Yeah.
they can actually add to it because add it because UEFA is doing it, so
Yeah.
and everybody's
exactly.
accepting it. So why not? But if you Super League would have added this into people, I will bet you everything. You will hear things like, "Oh, that's not fair," blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yep.
the same thing is gonna happen in 25, I think it was, or 20. Yeah, 25.
I think
6.
the year after next year, so 2025.
Okay, same thing is gonna happen.
Yep.
More Premier League clubs.
But like,
The
This is-
UEFA's moving into a different direction. It's
Yep.
moving away from from other leagues.
100%. 100%. Go to principle 4. And this one is going back to your point where players play too much. So player health must be at the center of the game. The health of the players must be a key component in determining the number of matches each year. The number of European club competition match days should not be increased beyond those in currently planned competition calendars. Player organizations should be involved to safeguard players' health, and social dialogue across the European Union should be promoted. Importantly, European clubs and players should not be obliged to participate in expanded or new tournaments imposed by third parties. Oof. Nations
Oh, that
League.
was a big-
Zing.
FIFA World Cup for clubs tournament.
Zing.
Yeah, because they get
Yep.
like players cannot say I'm not playing in it. You know, basically they can't.
Yeah.
They're forced into playing it. And again, I saw the FIFA World Cup model, and I saw a lot of people going, "Oh, that's great." I'm like, it's not.
No.
It's not, because it's played after the season apparently. I'm like, how? Like, how is that gonna help the clubs? How is that gonna help the players? Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
No.
Because it's
Raphael
different
Varane retired.
federation.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Raphael Varane retired recently, the French national team, because like, I'm tired. I can't do it. He's 29.
Yeah. It's the UEFA, the FIFA having their competition. The UEFA say, you know what? We want a piece of the clubs as well.
Yeah.
now. Big
Yep.
piece. And after the season, you guys are gonna play Boca Juniors, because why not? You know.
Because that's the way it's supposed to go.
And you might travel to Alil, I don't know, just travel over the place in the summer. You know.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. It's too much. Like, it's too much, and that's why I'm like, some things are gonna need to disappear.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Because
I agree.
If they win, and the English teams and the Spanish teams, the French teams, the Italian teams are like, we are in, I don't believe those fans are gonna go mad. The only fans that will probably go mad again are English clubs and probably German clubs, but they will protest in a different way. But I'm sure they are not gonna like it very much. But I think at one point, even those clubs are gonna be like, oh, because even Bayern, like, they do amazing business, but things coming out of the club about money and all those things, they don't sound all rosy, which is weird because their revenue is insane.
Yeah.
But they got Cancelo on a free, you know,
Yeah.
not even a loan fee, because they couldn't. Basically, that's what they said. They said
Yeah.
about network, and then I saw a report on Sky Sport Germany. They didn't have any funds for the January
Winter.
transfer window,
Yeah.
which is mad. But yeah,
Yep. So they play, according to if Juventus were to go into this Super League, It would be 38 Serie A games plus 14 Super League games. That's 52 plus Coppa Italia. That's already more than what they would play in Champions League.
Yeah.
Right? Because Champions League, the most you could play is 13. But in the future, like you said, the new 48 team Champions League, it's even more games, or something stupid. If you go all the way,
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be more.
And to be honest, in this 14 game league, Super League, gearing up for the playoffs, you can rest a couple of guys here and there. In the Champions League,
accumulate points.
Yeah, in the Champions League, if you miss one group stage game, you could be cucked.
Yeah.
For a 14 game or let's say league standing, it's okay to miss a couple games. So I think it's a better format already. And I'm not just saying that because UEFA doesn't like us. Can I move on to 5 or are we good?
No, we're good. You can move on to 5.
Okay. Principle 5. Club run competitions with transparent, well-enforced financial sustainability rules. European club competitions should be governed by the clubs as they are domestically, not by third parties who benefit without taking any risk. The governance structure must be fully compliant with European Union law. To improve sustainability, spending should be based on only on resources generated, not from competition distorting capital injections. Financings or financial sustainability rules should allow clubs to only spend a fixed percentage of their annual football-related revenue on player salaries and net transfers with appropriate provisions for smaller clubs and transition rules. So a big F you to Chelsea.
They're basically saying it's a kind of a
salary cap.
Salary cap. Yeah, salary cap, but in a different way. You know, I think in NFL it's 400 million. I'm just saying something, and that's it. You need to
everybody.
Work within for everybody.
Yeah,
this is based on
this is different. Yeah.
Yeah, this is based on percentages of revenue. So probably, like some clubs can still spend more.
Yeah, but revenue
which
is gate or whatever you make at the gate. It's whatever you sell, merchandise, however you sell yourself, whatever. How big your club is, because not your own. Yeah, exactly. Not John Elkin taking €1 billion from Exor and spending it.
Yeah, which is more fair in my opinion for everyone.
Yes.
Again, if
it's similar to it's similar to financial fair play, but not really.
Yeah, and if you have more fans, you bring in more money, then yeah, you can spend more. Like, it is what it is.
But it's for financial stability as well, or sustainability, which is you're guaranteed your money, your revenue from signing up for this league. You know what you're getting.
Yeah. It's like a soft salary, like a salary cap. I don't like. I personally don't like. You know.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell. Again, if everybody gets the same revenue money, then maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, it's very hard. You know. It's very hard because you cannot tell Juve you can only spend 30 million because Cremonese cannot spend more than 30 million on wages. Like that's
for sure.
Like that's handicapping the league basically.
And I think it's difficult in that regard too because Serie A, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
You can't hold Cremonese to the same standard as Juventus. I'm sorry. Like whatever, Cremonese will beat us next game. I don't care. But like you know what I mean. In North American sports, all the teams are held at the same standard.
Yeah, and you cannot move up and down, so it's always the same teams, basically. So it's much easier to do.
Yep. So, again, good principle. We'll move on to 6. The world's best football competition. This is one of my big points for the first time the Super League was proposed. In developing a pan-European competition, the aspiration must be to create the most exciting sporting event in the world. Football fans deserve the best matches and the best experience. It is also critical that younger generations, attracted by globally expanding U.S. sports and digital entertainment, continue to embrace football as the most loved sport in the world. This can only be achieved with competitions that enable the world's best players to compete throughout the entire season with exciting matches from beginning to end. This is Juventus against Barcelona. This is Liverpool against Man City. This is sorry, that was a bad example. Bayern Munich's not even going to it. This is Real Madrid against Man City. Blah 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 blah. This isn't Ferencvaros against Malmo.
Yeah. Yeah. I also read a part where they need to reinvest money, set money into stadium and all those things.
Great.
Like everything needs to improve. Now, that's true. Again, I don't watch every Champions League game. It needs to be a good one, and I won't watch it, even if it's in the next round and Porto plays. With all due respect, it's not because it's Porto, but it's
Star power.
it's a hype. Like it's a hype. Like the hype is not the same. You know, you lose.
You ready for
interest,
this one?
but
Milan Tottenham or Bayern Munich PSG? That's on Tuesday.
yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to kill myself, so I'm not gonna watch two boring clubs.
Okay.
Teams play each other.
Case in point.
I already do that on a weekly basis for us, so I'm not gonna do that. On top of that, but I was thinking about big teams that have gone lost in the past, basically, like
Nottingham
Dinamo
Forest.
Bucharest. Yeah, but like
Like
Dinamo Bucharest.
Eastern European teams. Yeah.
Yeah, big stadiums, big clubs, massive fan. Like it's, I would get. I'm not gonna lie. If they come back, those clubs, and they get, better infrastructure and all those things, and also better players, it will be more fun to watch them because you're gonna keep an eye on those because they play in the Super League, almost every season, 8 games or like 14 games or whatever. What it was, 10 games. I don't know, 14 games.
Yeah.
There are more games. You're gonna, you know what? I'm gonna watch Dinamo Bucharest. And maybe in 3 year times they are a very decent team because they have money. They can keep their better players for an extra
There's something
year.
to strive for. Yep.
Yeah, they can keep their younger players for an extra year, and you're like, okay, that's fun because their stadiums are packed. Like the atmosphere, all those things, it gets you hooked. At a certain point, it will, in my opinion, because I believe if I'm a young player and I know this is a thing, and I'm playing for Dinamo Bucharest, and I'm playing in the Super League, stadium, good, money, much better. I can stay another extra year, why not?
Yep.
I don't need to move immediately to a Fiorentina and see that as a big step up. At that
Aston
point,
Villa.
yeah, it isn't it's not a big step up. I can stay in my own country, Dinamo Bucharest. I think that's also a big help, keeping, in my opinion, local players a bit longer in the club, in the ranks, in their own country for a while.
And then they might not
move. Yeah.
I was gonna say they might not die at Fiorentina. Their career might not stall at Aston Villa. Then maybe Romania gets better. Is Bucharest Bucharest, Romania? No.
Yeah, the Romania.
Yeah, so the Romanian national team gets better because they
like
thrive with the talent.
All those teams like Sofia and like great clubs that have gone completely like
Off the map. Yeah.
They're off the map. Like they don't play Champions League football anymore. It's done. That's UEFA can talk all they want. Excuse me.
Bless you.
UEFA can talk all they want, but those clubs are gone. How is that a good thing? How are you helping these teams? Because it's completely gone. Those clubs, people might think they don't exist anymore. They do exist, but they are struggling big time because those countries are being completely forgotten about. Completely. Like they're gone. Like they don't exist. It's not good.
In this regard, are you suggesting Steaua Bucuresti and CSKA Sofia, they start at pot D of that pyramid, or do you think where do you suggest they start?
They play Europe now, but they play Europa League. How many teams watch them play in Europa League now?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm saying in this iteration,
I think the best thing is all same pots with top teams in there, four, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Disperse them evenly.
Yeah, but
okay.
Then you have Real Madrid playing Steaua Bucharest home. Like they get views, they get known. I think that's the best way to go because now they play Europa League on a Thursday. Nobody's gonna with all due respect, nobody's gonna watch Steaua Bucharest play Karabakh. Like it's not gonna happen. Now, if it's on a Tuesday on a decent hour, but they're playing Real Madrid, you might watch it.
Yep.
You might watch it, and in a couple of years, you're like, oh, so decent teams have great talents, and they can keep their players. I think that's the best way to go because now you play like the Conference League, like, oh boy, like I tried to watch it, like I did my best.
No, it's bad.
It's bad, like it's
Like
it's
Roma
just
won
really
it.
bad to watch. Like I watched the final Roma Fiorentina. I was on the verge to shut it down.
Feyenoord.
Yeah, Feyenoord, Fiorentina. It was bad. Like it was really bad, and it was Feyenoord against Roma. It was bad.
Yep.
It was really poor final. It wasn't good.
So
Yeah, the second half was a bit better, but it was poor. Like
so based on this, let's circle back to principle one then. So with your idea of having the 60 teams divided by four is 15 teams in 4 pots. So that actually makes more sense to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, because like you said, if you have 4 seeded teams like Real Madrid, Man City, Juventus, throw some other good team in there, and then pot 2 can be 4 other good teams, and yada yada yada. The list goes down. Then you can get a scenario where the bottom 3 teams in those pots get relegated. And then you can have potentially 12 teams come up.
yeah, that's what I was trying.
Which makes more sense.
Trying to say.
Yeah.
That was
Okay, so I like that way better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. And maybe the top 4 will go into the next round, and they will do it. Yeah, playoff style, one game, one of games.
Yep.
No home and away, just away.
Which is one-off games are better than 2 legs. Like 2 legs is the first game you know what's happening. I think
it will suit us better, like us in
Juventus.
Juve. It will suit us better, in my opinion.
In one-off games.
Just one-off games.
Yeah.
Just beat them on the day. I think
Yep.
we are capable of doing that rather than take it at home and away.
Because then
Because
you
we
think
can
Max
have
Allegri
great-
thinks too much.
Yeah, we can have, or just in general, like we can
Yeah.
have great one-off days where you're like, what the hell just happened? How did we pull this off?
Yep.
But then over 2 legs, you're like, like Villarreal, 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, smack that home. Smoke.
Yeah. Yep.
But let's see.
Okay, let's move on to principle 7. Yeah, I think we're on 7 now. Okay. The world's best improved fan experience. Football is a people's game, and dialogue with fans and independent fan groups is essential to discover ideas which can improve the fan experience. Additional measures should be taken to facilitate fan attendance at away games. There should also be standards for infrastructure to bring football stadiums up to consistent high levels of quality, enhancing the live football experience. Yeah, that's
Also,
straightforward to me.
the biggest thing I hate of this modern football is you need so many subscriptions to watch games. Like it's.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm waiting to the day until one thing comes out and you just can pay for the game you want to watch. That would be so great if they kind of create their own thing. Basically, it's very difficult, but it's impossible. Because I have one provider, but it doesn't show Champions League. You need to have the competitor in the country.
Yeah.
But they have Europa League and Conference League, but the other ones don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't have. I don't know which league. And again, you cannot watch every game. They pick a few games. They show Juve, every Juve game because it's Juve. So in Italy, you're sure they stream every Juve game, 100% sure. But for Coppa Italia, you're screwed. They don't have Coppa Italia in Belgium. They don't have the rights. They don't have the Supercoppa. Like it's like you need so many and it's not possible. Like if you have the one over here, you cannot have the second one as a backup because those are main. They don't have online platforms, so you're completely screwed. You need to change. And
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You need to change completely everything. Like you need to get your phone with those guys. Everything.
Yep. Yeah.
So you cannot flip flop between a year. Like it's a mess. Like it's not fun. I found a way now to possible for next season watch Champions League via Canadian services.
Hey,
Otherwise,
NordVPN, join Fubo.
yeah, something because it's a mess. Like you need so many things. It's like, what are we doing over here? Now Amazon comes into play, and like it's getting out of hand. It's like
Yep.
DAZN and Sky in
Yep.
Italy. Sky had a few games DAZN didn't have. I'm like, oh, wait. You're telling people they need to get both? How is
That's
that? How is that? Like I don't understand how that's legal.
here. The thing is, I'm not attuned to that because in Canada, I have every Serie A game available on Fubo, the app. I'm gonna plug them because I have Fubo, Coppa Italia. Sorry, I have Serie A, Coppa Italia, Premier League, League One, all on one platform. Benfica
Champions
channel
League.
and Real Madrid. Champions League, I have to buy something else, and I do. It's called DAZN, but it's not like your situation where I can't have both. I can have both.
Yeah.
It's
Not over
it's
here in
shit. It
Belgium.
is shit because on DAZN in Canada, you get Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, that UEFA Youth League that you went to yesterday, and football, and like American football, NFL. Weirdest package, but I think it's a little bit more clean in North America, only because
It's
it has to be. Because if you made it
I
that
have
confusing for North Americans, they'd be rattled.
yeah, but I'm rattled.
No, I get it, but
Like
like
I have
you
the
have a better idea of what's going on over there.
I
Is
have the
what I'm
NFL
saying.
app. Easy.
Yeah,
So easy. I can watch every single game, whatever I want. I can watch multicast. Super easy.
red zone,
Yeah, Red Zone. Like
the
multicast is
best.
for if people watch Sky,
Yeah,
uh, Champions League on Sky. But I can choose every single game as well. You know, I pay
yep.
$350 a year for it. I can watch every single game.
350 euros a year.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
No, I'm lying. 320. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot,
But I can
dude.
watch every single game solo,
Yeah,
whatever I want,
I can
at a
do
multi
that.
stream. Yeah, but you're over there with food.
Well,
I cannot get it
yeah.
as a football.
Wow.
You need to VPN stuff, and it's not easy
That's
to
another
do
subscription though too. A VPN
Yeah,
subscription's money
yeah,
too.
that's like $3 or something over here.
Oh, yeah.
It's very cheap. It's a lot of money, but it's easy.
So,
I can
sorry,
choose.
are you assuming that the Super League would be broadcast via Amazon?
I think they will choose one platform, and that's it. You need
Yes.
to go to
And
that
I think they should
platform
do that. Yep.
online, not via
Yep.
not via. I'm not saying we have cable over here, but you know what I mean. We're a local
Yeah.
provider or whatever.
It should be
It's
streamed.
because DAZN doesn't exist in Belgium. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Sky, like so you need to choose between those two. But I believe will go to one platform.
Yep.
That's
As
it.
they
And
should.
maybe you can and other platforms can sub of it, whatever.
Yep.
Fine.
Pick it up. Yep.
You know, but you have an Amazon whatever subscription. I'm just saying Amazon now, and you can choose the game whatever you want to watch, and you can interchange between it. Second half I want to watch this, whatever.
Yep.
I think that's the way to go. One
That's
place,
how the NHL works.
boom, one league.
That's how the NHL works for me. That's how it works. The football works for me. I can choose whatever game I want to watch.
Yeah,
It should be
Because
like that
now-
for. It should be like that for everybody though. Not just North America. Don't pander to North America. Get the whole
yeah.
world.
Now
to
they
be on
can
board.
make a case. You can make a case that's a monopoly, whatever. But is it like they sold it?
But
the rights
it's
to
about
one
their
provider?
product. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to pay more, pay more.
I'm not saying it needs to go into that direction. I'm just saying it needs to be more
Easy and more
Easy.
accessible.
accessible. It needs to be more accessible. It needs to be clear. It needs to be easy. It needs to be you go on that app, whatever, site,
Yep.
and you just watch it. Easy. On the road, you can watch it. Now
Yep.
it's oh my god.
Sounds like you
So
have
many
to put an arm and a leg just to watch a game.
Yeah, okay. For Juve in the league it's easy. Like it's always
Yeah.
on, period. But I cannot watch every Serie A game.
That's what I
On
mean. Like,
the
what if
Belgian
you
provider.
liked? What if you supported Atalanta? Is Atalanta on
You're
every time?
screwed. Yeah, if they play
And-
a top team, it's on. If not, then no.
So Atalanta should be a part of the Super League. if it was based on merit, they would be in the Super League. They'd be on all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It needs to be more clear. I think
yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
yeah. We'll move on to point 8, which is it's pretty important. Um, develop and finance women's football. Football stakeholders should promote and develop the women's game by putting it center stage, side by side with the men's competitions. To achieve this goal, financing should be significantly expanded beyond existing contributions from women's European club competitions. Investments should be provided at both professional and grassroots level. Sure. Spend the money where it needs to be spent.
Yeah, it needs to improve.
If the women's
think-
game is not pulling in the same numbers, it should be all relative.
It should be all relative. I agree. It should be improved because
Yeah.
if you watch I can watch the Belgian women's league. Like with all due respect, it's unwatchable. Like I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is,
Well,
and it's not their fault. But
correct.
It's like
yeah.
the training, because over here we have a team. Now it's improving, but the first years you were like, you guys are, or you girls are training over here. We play Sunday league football on those pitches, like literally.
Yeah.
And they were training on it. I'm like, oh, this is not good. Like that's actually not good.
No.
Like crap pitches, like everything. It's on TV. I try to watch it. It's not watchable at this moment in time. Like it's very hard to watch. Like because they're not.
And that's fair though.
It's not as developed as it probably should be. Again, it's probably never going to be the same as men's football because that's so far. So way. How do you want to say it? Like the steps they are behind is probably unbridgeable. Yeah. Like it is. But it needs, like, it should improve. There should be more attention to it. I think those games are very slow paced most of the time. I think that's what people kind of puts people off. But again, if you invest, because if you watch the American women's team play, it's already a different pace. Or England, it's a completely different pace. You can feel it, and you're like, okay, this is okay, this is good, But if you watch lower leagues or like just a local league, you're like, oh. Maybe not in North America, but over here, it's.
That's like anything though. Like any sport, if you don't put money into it, it's always going to be not great. So
it's like
if you
put
like
Italy in the Six Nations,
in rugby, they're horrible.
They get slapped.
I don't know how they keep getting in. Like at some point it should be the Five Nations League.
They won one game last season, the first one in like 40 years or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bad.
I was like,
they're bad. You know what the messed up part is, or like the messed part, like the hockey team, not ice hockey, like grass hockey.
Field hockey, yeah, field hockey.
Field hockey, like the Belgian ones are the best in the world, like they're top.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, which is out of nowhere, like, and you're like, oh, that overtook women's football really quickly.
Yeah.
Because it came out of nowhere and they and they're amazing, and you're like, how did that happen? And then you look into it, investments like the pitches, like great new pitches all over Belgium. You're like, okay, makes sense now.
You want to know a fun fact about field hockey? You can only shoot. You can only shoot right.
Yeah.
You can't shoot left.
I know.
Like it's against the rules. Crazy. But yeah, we'll move on to point 9 or principle 9, significant increase in solidarity. So grassroots solidarity is an essential pillar of European football and should be increased far beyond current levels. As previously announced, a minimum of 400 million per year to non-participating clubs, social causes, and investment in grassroots, more than 2 times the contribution from existing European club competitions, should achieve this objective. Transparency should be ensured via the supervision of independent authorities with clear annual reporting and on spending and its impacts. So don't let the Juventus former regime do the books. Basically. No, but this all makes sense. Like you're investing in in children's play. Like,
Yeah.
if Juventus is in it, you're going to spend to make the next gen team even better. Even like the U16s, U15s, all the youth setup, you're going to make better. Why not? They should be doing it already. Most top clubs are doing it already, but this is just going to give you more money to do so. So again, why not? This makes too much sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, I know. It is what it is. Like, that's pretty straightforward. And let's go to principle 10, last one. Respect for European Union law and values. European football and its stakeholders must embrace the values, laws, and fundamental freedoms of the European Union. Further, no European club should be forced to dispute resolution systems outside of the European Union rule of law. The jurisdiction of sport arbitration should be strictly limited to matters of sport. Any other dispute should be addressed to the appropriate forum. All cases should be under the ultimate supervision of the judicial system of the European Union. So that is basically going into where the debacle happened with the European, or the Madrid court. What I don't know what it's called.
yeah. They're basically saying, and also different things, but whatever. Just keep it within the existing rules over here, basically.
Yeah. So that's all 10. So A22, the company that's behind the Super League, along with the clubs, is a sports management that was formed to sponsor and assist in the creation of the Super League. In its advisory capacity, A22 focuses on the overall structure, operating, and financial aspects of the potential new competition. And then they will be quite funded by JP Morgan.
Yeah, and others, because
of course, others.
If it goes that direction, I think the sponsorships will be completely different to those of the Champions League. You will have
you will
Amazons.
See so many North American sponsorships. Like
yeah.
you particularly, like you Europeans, whoever's watching this, will see things that you'll never ever seen before in terms of sponsors.
Yeah.
My fear is during games they'll put commercials.
Oh, we have that in Italy. You have that in Italy. Like the screen goes a bit smaller, and you see random commercials. Yeah, it exists.
Oh, dude, that would drive me nuts for soccer.
Oh,
that would drive me nuts.
Even F1, same thing. You know, the screen goes a bit smaller, and then
you can still see the event barely.
You can still see it. You cannot hear it. But, you know, you can see it. Yeah, it's a Europe thing. It is.
Oh, okay. I got rattled. I was watching the Premier League, a Premier League game. It was like Tottenham and somebody, and just this random Betano, like it was a bet company, I guess. A little sign came up, like the screen didn't get smaller, like the game didn't get smaller. It just came up a little bit into the field. I was like, "What the hell is this?" I was rattled. I was like, "No way."
Oh, you're in for a treat then.
Oh. People are going to watch the Super Bowl this Sunday. People are going to watch the Super Bowl this Sunday.
Oh yeah, but that's Jesus Christ.
If my sport ever got to that, I would. I don't tune into this. I don't watch American football every week because of commercials.
But with NFL, you cannot do that at football.
You can't.
Cannot, because you just can't. You know, it's
halftime. Even the small. How many times does the small screen happen? How many times?
It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often. Maybe once, twice, a half, maybe. Oof. And it goes like usually it's like.
Do you know when it's coming?
Yeah, you will hear a sound, like a little sound.
Yeah, but do you know like what minute it's coming?
Oh no! They're not gonna announce it for you.
Because hockey, I know exactly when every commercial's happening.
Yeah, and NFL same. I know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I know it's
I guess when they punt the ball away, I guess.
Yeah,
in
and
the
stuff
when
like
it,
that.
yeah,
Like the first play,
yeah,
offense, like it doesn't
yeah,
go out of bounds. Okay, no commercial,
yeah,
player down, probably commercial. Like you're having a feeling of it, but it's not possible in in our game. Basically,
yeah.
they cannot stop it and tell the players just hold for a few minutes. Just
Hey, cooling break, and now is a word from our sponsors.
yeah, nah,
It's
that's
minus
not gonna
two in
happen.
Torino. Hey, cooling break.
What I do hate is, and we don't have like halftime shows are quite long in Belgium. In Italy, less. But in American sports, there's nothing. They talk the last 2 minutes of halftime, and they go straight to another commercial, then to the game. Like it's 10 minutes of commercial. Like just commercial after
Oh,
commercial. There's no
In Europe, there's 10 minutes of commercial.
no in American sports.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
In Europe, it's getting in that direction. Not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
not as much. Like not as much. You will have a
So
good, solid halftime report.
analysis. Yeah.
Discussion. Yeah. In American
So
sports, you have nothing. You have Troy and Buck talking for 1 minute, and
the
that's it.
football's bad. American football's
Yeah.
bad for that. But in hockey, it's an 18-minute intermission, like
Okay.
18 minutes guaranteed, and there's probably half of it is commercials. So like there's 9 minutes of actual analysis or whatever.
Now I'm not watching those, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Usually, I step up, I get something to drink, get away
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
TV. So I don't really care about that. Not gonna lie. Like I don't care what I don't know people like Casano have to say at halftime and all those guys. Like I don't care what you have to say. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to influence my own opinion. So I don't even listen to them, to be honest, most of the time. So I don't really care about that. But now that you remind me of the commercials, I'm less looking forward to Sunday night or Monday for me.
For you, yeah, they're up to $7 million now for one 30-second commercial.
I saw that. When was kickoff for me? Time? I need to check.
Mine's
I need to work.
6:30, so yours is 12:30.
Okay, I need to get up at 6:30 to go to work, so that's gonna be a long.
You're gonna have 2 hours of sleep.
I think it should be done around 4:30, right? Last time it was done around 4:30.
Yeah, 4 hours makes sense.
Okay, so I have solid 2.5, 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, it's
Eh?
gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Unless it's a blowout, then I'll go to bed.
Yeah, you go to bed. Yeah, you watch Rihanna if you want, and you go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch Rihanna.
Damn, you don't like her songs?
Yeah, no, I don't hate them, but like I don't
Wow.
have them on my phone or something. I don't listen to it daily or whatever.
I know lyrics to her songs. I'm a big fan of hers.
Yeah, not really. So, like,
I'm a big
gonna
fan.
take a nap
Oh,
in
shit.
between.
I'll record and send it to you. How's that?
It's American sport. It's on YouTube like 2 minutes after
I know.
on their YouTube
Um,
channel, 4K.
I do have to actually pay attention to the commercials at the Super Bowl because there's gonna be a lot of Marvel stuff coming out for like
Yeah,
trailers and stuff. They love
yeah,
it.
they usually do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to actually pay attention.
Some Budweiser commercials.
Oh, there's gonna be some stupid dog Budweiser commercial.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Or even like the amount of betting commercials now, even in hockey and in football, like there's like 4 different companies. It's just I can't keep up. Like MGM, there's Sports Interaction, there's Bet365, there's this, there's that. I can name you them all. I
Isn't
have
that
one.
new one Sports King or whatever, the blue one? What is it?
In Canada?
No, I think in America, like they sponsor like everything now. Is it sport? It's something with King.
Oh, DraftKings.
DraftKings, yeah.
DraftKings.
They
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
everywhere now. Yeah.
And where you are too?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it exists over here. I just know them from there and the fact that they paid McAfee like 10 million a season to do the show.
There's DraftKings, there's FanDuel. Oh my God, there's so many.
Oh, and FanDuel, yeah, that's one.
So many.
Yeah. There are different ones over here as well, but
Yeah, you
like
guys got loads. So I just hope that I know the Super League is trying to introduce a North American style of competition as well. I just hope it doesn't get too crazy because I know stuff will change in that regard.
Yeah, I think again to end it, I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna happen anytime soon because like it means that the UEFA is gonna die basically. I don't know how that's gonna happen out of nowhere. You need to convince a lot of teams, a
Yeah. Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of teams,
Yeah.
and then you have the respective leagues probably going to say, "Oh, we're gonna sue you,"
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
again, they have one that appeal in Madrid saying you cannot be sued,
Yeah.
because
That
it's
was
open.
that was
Like it
step
is
one
what it is.
basically. That was step
Yeah,
one.
but it's still far away. But
Yeah.
they're not going away. That's that basically, and even more things will come out. Maybe opinions will change in terms of this still sounds bad.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first step. Even if this happens, I think it won't be far away before you have a final played in New York. It's gonna be the
Dude,
case,
100% it will be. They'll be called
and
neutral sites, and the playoffs will be in North America.
something like that. Yeah, all
And
over
and
the world.
Rihanna's gonna play at halftime, and you're gonna watch.
Oh boy. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm still not gonna watch, but something like that. It's happening now. Like the Super Cup
Yeah.
is in a different country. Like
Yep.
Tebas is crying, but he's introducing Super Cup with 4 teams now. Like,
Yep.
like in a different
In
country.
a different country.
But he's
Yep.
crying about greedy money. I'm like, okay,
Hypocrite.
weird.
They're all hypocrites.
It's all about money. They don't want to lose power. It's as simple as that. They're just
Yes.
fighting for their own power.
Yes.
And the owners, again, the owners should have like. It makes sense that they have most of the power. Like,
Yes. They
I
own
don't
the
know.
club.
Yeah, they own the freaking club.
Why? Like Jeff Bezos has almost the most power in the world. Why? Because he owns the biggest company.
Yeah.
Like no
It is what it
shit.
is.
I don't understand why Tebas cares anyway, because his teams will still be in his league.
Yeah, but he
Unless
has buddies at the UEFA.
UEFA, I was gonna say unless UEFA's pressuring him into being this clown.
He has buddies, and probably when
Yeah.
he gets sacked from his position, he gets a nice job within
At
the
the
UEFA. Like,
ECA, yeah.
it is what it is. Oh, the ECA is another fun thing. When the president of City is
PSG,
coming out, he immediately put a response like, "We are working on creating a fair sport." I'm like, okay, man, you have been investigated. I don't know how many times the last couple of years.
PSG is being investigated for like malpractice of how they run the club.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, buddy, whatever.
Yeah,
Nobody's stupid, nobody's blind.
Yeah.
The smaller clubs are gonna agree with you because they're scared.
yep,
But if more and more bigger clubs join together, it becomes more like the Laporte. He was having a presser today,
Yep.
talking about it. Like he is, if you thought
Fully on
Agnelli was
board.
open,
Yeah.
he is completely open. He will, if you want, invite you to his house and he will have a chat with you about it
yep,
over and over again. Like, if people thought Agnelli was a problem, he is kind of spearheading it because Perez is kind of quiet.
yeah,
If you ask about him, he will give you a response. But like you have Laporte just speaking about it openly.
Hey, who likes the 10 principles we came out with today?
Yeah, he was talking about it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not that. Still going. I'm like, okay. Nobody asked, but great of you to announce it again.
Yeah,
So yeah, but I guess it is like Sky making a big fuss of it a year ago or 2 years ago was because of losing power, not because they care about the fans. Like that absolutely made me
yeah,
vomit. Basically, like I was like, oh boy, and people are buying it. They were
Yeah.
scared about losing power.
absolutely.
It's as simple as
Absolutely.
that.
I think even it's 2023. I think people should be smart nowadays and just read and not react. That's what I think the biggest issue is here. Like why I remember those riots. Not riots, those protests. They're like yelling at Peter Cech like Peter Cech had anything to do with it. They're like, Peter, bro, this is not how it is. This is not right. Football is about the fans. And he's probably thinking to himself, "You guys are so stupid."
I thought
Because
he
I
was
bet
thinking
you
to himself.
what?
I think he was thinking to himself, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't own the club. Like, I
Yeah,
probably
no,
have
but
wasn't told.
okay, fair enough. But like, once he gets like the down low and he gets like, once these people are told what's happening, like all you gotta say is read, research. Everyone says it. Research.
Yeah, but Premier League fans are different. Like
Yeah.
they are a different type of fans. You know, you have City fans still holding on to the fact that they are clean. I'm like, okay.
I have a
I don't
buddy. I have a buddy
I don't know
that's a
what to
Man
tell
City
you.
fan, and he keeps asking me, "What's your thoughts on what's happening right now?" And I'm like, "Dude, come join the Super League, because you guys
Well,
are screwed."
you need to tell them if you were in Italy, you were done. Like you were cooked.
Yeah, like we already got our punishment, and we've been in like we got our punishment. You got 2 to 4 years to wait. We got ours already. Like you might as well just get the punishment over already, or just like it's not good. What they've done. I don't know. This is getting off topic and not about Juventus, but what Man City have done and what has been leaked is worse than what Juventus did. Like
Oh yeah, well,
miles, like
they paid
miles.
Mancini off books
Fake
wages, like
money. Yeah,
literally.
yeah. Like
That was
it's
unbelievable.
great. I
Fake
know that there's some.
sponsorships, which
Yeah,
I
there,
said so many
you've been
times.
saying
Like,
you've been saying that forever.
there's no way you can tell me a team that exists for 10 years. Yeah, they existed before, but not in the way we're talking now.
Financially existed.
Yeah, we're generating more revenue last season than clubs like Man U, Real Madrid. No way, no
No way.
chance.
No
They
chance.
they don't have as many fans as us over the world. I will put money on it. They
They don't
don't.
sell out their stadium.
Yeah, yeah,
They
but
don't.
they don't even have as many fans worldwide as us. I will put money
No.
on that.
No,
If
they
you do a
don't.
proper count, it's not gonna happen. You can throw all the numbers at me. It's just not happening. You cannot build that in 10 years. What other
No.
clubs built in 100 years. Like it's not happening. And
Yeah,
I said it
can
so
count
many
on my
times.
hand
Like
three.
it's come.
I can count on my hand 3 Man City fans.
Yeah, I don't know a Man City fan. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I know Arsenal fans,
Yeah, of
Chelsea
course.
fans.
It's historic.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's been going on for longer and longer. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I said it so many times on this channel. It will
You
come out
did.
at some point because it makes no sense whatsoever. They have more revenue than Bayern Munich. I'm like,
You're wrong.
no
You're a liar.
chance. Like, no, you're lying. Like,
Yeah.
you're a liar. That money is not, it's real money, but it's not the way you are portraying it. You got it. Like, it's not going to happen. You know, Etihad pumping money into it is
Etihad
why
Airways.
it's happening. Yeah, Etihad Stadium, Etihad Airways, Etihad, I don't know, shopping mall. I'm just saying stuff like whatever. That's why you're getting money. I've said it so many times. It will come out at one point, and here we go. It came out.
Yep. And the funny thing is, they say it'll take 2 to 4 years to do anything about it. But we,
That's mad.
as Juventus,
We-
15
Yeah,
points.
42 months.
Yeah. 15 points. Hey, right there. Yep.
Based on who knows?
For Plus
Whatever.
Valenza, that is. Not for, actually, like, we will get another 15 points. That's for another day. But, hey.
But even then, probably it's not gonna be for paying players off the books. Probably it's gonna be about putting the numbers in a different
a mix
column
up.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A mix up.
It's not even that. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Like, it's on there, but we kind of played with it. You know.
Yeah.
It's not that we paid Allegri 8 million euros extra off the books.
Yeah.
That's
from a,
mad.
From
like,
a
that's,
different company holding
like
or whatever.
They did that. They really did that. They paid Mancini. Even Mancini is screwed, by the way, because he will probably get a big fine. You know, because you're taking money off books, which
Yep.
is not okay.
Now,
you
if
know?
he didn't know that,
He knows.
you think he knows?
Wait, you get money off the books? Yeah, you know. You accept
No,
it.
but no. no, but if you're told you're getting the salary and you get the salary anyway, like, do you know where it's coming from? Like, don't you just assume you're
You
getting
need
it
to
from?
know. No, yeah, but like it's your responsibility. You need to know where your
Okay,
money's
fair
coming
enough.
from.
Yeah, okay.
You need to know it. And like it's I don't know how it's called. Like you need to put every revenue onto the taxes. Like if they found out I
Yeah,
was making €1,000 a month extra and I was not telling the government, I'm screwed. Like
yeah,
I'm just screwed. And they were doing that. That's that's mad. That's mad.
yeah. They're in deep shit. So, Adrian, if you're watching, buddy, you might be, you might not be.
Are they in deep shit? I don't think they get away with
Okay,
it.
in Italy, they are in deep shit.
Okay, yeah. In
In
Italy, they
England,
would
if
have
they
been
want,
relegated by now.
yes, yes. In a different, yes. Well, no, Barcelona, no, in Spain, I think they'd be fine. I think in Italy, they if that was Juventus, I did what Man City did, done. Like, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
But, I do think they're screwed though. Like, I do think
I don't think they
I'm
have
not I'm
much,
not saying points. I'm not saying points and shit like that.
but
I'm saying, like, what?
moving forward, operating in a different way now. I think
Yeah,
you cannot, like, if they know and you know they know now, then
yeah.
you cannot do the same thing
They
anymore.
didn't. They saw Man City, or said thus. They saw Chelsea. They saw Liverpool. They saw Arsenal all buy in January, and they didn't spend a dime.
Yeah,
We'll see what
but
happens in
yeah,
the summer, but for them, it is what it is. But
maybe
come
some
join
more
the.
dodgy swap deals with them.
Yeah. Hey, if we get
Give us
the 15
Cancelo
points
back.
off, yeah. If they give us if they take away these 15 points, or no, sorry, if they give us back these 15 points for the Plus Valenza, let's keep doing it. That means we know it's not illegal.
Oh boy.
um,
Oh.
yeah. So yeah, it should be an interesting couple of. Well, this won't be decided like you said for a while, so we'll see what
I think
happens
the
in the
ruling
future.
is in a couple of months, so I think that
No,
more
about
things
the
will be
Super League.
clear. Yeah, yeah. That
Oh,
ruling
okay.
from the European Court is
Oh, okay,
April,
okay.
March. I'm not sure.
Holy
So or
shit, big month
May.
for us.
Oh yeah. So we'll probably know by then or more by then. Like if
How many
that's it
lawyers do you think Juventus has on payroll
for this case.
for
Like
everything that they have?
I don't know. I do know they have more now.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
They
must
added
have
two according to Gazette
an
dello
army.
Sport. Yeah, they can pay them, so they better do.
Yeah,
We
I
have
hope they can pay
lawyers
them.
in our as board members now, so
Great.
like literally, that's it.
That's crazy.
Also, during the game, Cherubini was in the stadium, just sitting, chilling with
He's been there every game.
yeah, and just suspended, like whatever.
Yeah, he's been at it. I keep saying that in our group chat. I'm like, this guy's just here.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Yeah, he's laughing on the seats. He's
Yeah,
like,
maybe that's a
yeah,
positive. Maybe he
yeah,
knows like I'm off the hook, or I don't know. Um, because yeah, I saw Calvo speaking. I was like, okay, and then they zoom in the game. I'm like, oh, he's there.
yeah. I bet you, like, he must love Juventus, obviously,
Oh
and he
yeah,
wants to see his, like, it's his project. Like,
he's
his
always
young
played.
players are playing.
Yeah,
He's probably like, yeah, I want to
yeah.
go see all the games. Why not? I have the money. Whatever. It is what it is. Um, any final thoughts about Super League plus Juventus?
Nah, Super League out. It's gonna take a while,
Yeah.
But I think more and more things are moving now. I think more and more clubs are looking
On
sideways
board.
to
Yeah.
are on board and are more like, okay, maybe this is the way to go now. We need
Yeah.
money. We need
Yeah.
extra revenue. Like it is what it is to compete. So maybe it is a thing in the future. I still believe it will not really happen in this way. I think they will find an agreement with the UEFA in terms
Yeah.
of getting more power, more say, much more say. And it probably will end with Seferin losing his face and his job. I think that's the
Yeah.
only direction. I don't think UEFA's like, yeah, take it, whatever. We don't have any club competition anymore. I don't think that, like, that sounds very unlikely, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, UEFA came out of nowhere at some point, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So who knows? You know, I think in American sports, if there are different teams trying to create a new league, NFL, I don't think they can stop it.
Well, they can't.
If there are new teams, you know, yeah, you know, if you can set it up.
Yeah, you can't really stop it. It's obviously very tough to compete.
Yeah, it's
Like-
tough to compete unless
Like
you have
like,
teams
there's
like
been attempts, like the attempts made. Like
yeah.
you'll never see Green Bay, Pittsburgh, and Dallas Cowboys saying, "Hey, you want to start our own league?"
No, because of the
Yeah.
money. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all rosy. But
Yeah.
at some point, like, let's say it turns very toxic and those clubs are like, screw you guys.
Yeah,
New league. Because at the beginning, before NFL, it was, right?
Yeah,
There were
it
two
was
different competitions.
Oh, I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
I know the NBA was the ABA, and they had a merger.
Yeah. So at one point, something happens, like, and things
Yeah.
change, you know? It's just,
So
No.
is that in the question? Could the ESL and the UEFA have a merger?
I don't know. It needs to be a big one because UEFA
Yeah.
needs to, you know, give up for a lot.
Yeah,
So it sounds very unlikely, right? Because of the way they are reacting now with,
Yeah.
again,
yeah,
like saying players you're done if you play in, like, very strange. You know, you even have players like Danilo saying, I don't like the way UEFA speaking now. They're telling us what we
That's
can
our
do and not
captain.
to do.
that's my captain.
Yeah, remember when Danilo came out and other players came out saying, like, they're telling us what to do, but they don't employ us, like, they don't pay us, like, what?
Yeah,
That's basically what was happening at the time. The players were scared because they were being told you cannot play for your country, and players were like, hold on, who are you? Like, you're not paying me.
yeah, I know.
Like, it was a very strange situation, remember? And that ruling already came out, like, you cannot tell players you cannot do this and this and this.
Yeah, which is only right.
Yeah.
I remember. I actually remember that now. That's fucking.
Yeah, that was, there were more players. I remember Danilo now because he said in an interview, he was like,
Yeah,
this is not good. You know, you cannot, like, as a UEFA, as a governing body, you cannot do these things. It's just a bad look.
yeah. Hey, again, lots more stuff will pop up in the future. You said there's court cases in March or April, so like I said, we're gonna be freaking Law and Order. I don't know if you know what Law and Order is.
I
We're
do.
gonna be freaking Judge Judy,
Oh, classic.
classic Judge Judy in the near future with all these court cases upcoming. But we'll be on top of it at this channel. So like the video. We haven't said that yet. But like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us on all social media platforms at Bianca in Arizona on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow him at Alejandro Fancello on Twitter. Follow myself at Gennady151 on Twitter. And follow Justin at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Yeah. We good?
Yeah. Done.
Cool. I'm going to go watch my North American sport. Hell yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the commercials.
I will be using those to my advantage because I know when they're coming. See everybody. Ciao.
Ciao.